ever look any other way.
Yeah,
Stern.
that's what I was.
Like, they don't care what we think about them. They're doing their thing.
Cats will side-eye you all day long, like...
Or was it like sizing him up on his front porch? Like, he got home. What? You don't need to get in here. Big cat. I don't know it. It's trying to bite me. No. Okay, it wasn't trying to bite him, but... It gave a stern look. It was, you know...
It was squaring up?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Vicious cat on the loose.
That would have had my attention.
Well, he didn't stay out there. He shoot it and then went inside. And then he was like, "Hey, Petunia, isn't your sister's kid's name like Harold or some other super plain thing like that?" And she's like, "No, Harry." And he's like, "Crap." But he tries to ignore it and go to bed anyways. But outside, things start to happen.
Things are happening.
Do you remember what happens? Do you? The cat sitting there, still, outside the house.
Uh-huh. Hanging out.
Uh-huh. And down the road, out of nowhere, like out of the ground, popped a man. Poof! Who's tall, thin, and his silver hair and beard were long enough to tuck into his belt. Which, by the way, a lot of depictions don't show him that long. Like, that's long hair.
No,
Me and Nate both have long hair. Or I don't anymore cut it. But we both know how much trouble that is. And I can't even imagine having a beard that long, too. Like, and it doesn't even say it's tied up. It's like loose, long hair.
It's just chilling. Just full-on...
free-flowing.
Beard.
I don't... It should be addressed that he has some hair magic going on to not be going completely insane by it and just being there.
He uses magic conditioner.
Or having it weigh him down, because he's an old man. Maybe that... I have theory going on now. Alright, we're going to keep that tucked away, because that's a lot of hair. That's all I have to say. He's wearing long robes. And they're purple, and they go all the way to the ground. He has high-heeled buckled boots on. His eyes are bright blue, and they're behind half-moon spectacles. He's a long, crooked nose, and his name is Albus Dumbledore.
Boom.
First impressions?
Yeah.
Why are we wearing high-heeled boots?
Yeah.
I loved that detail.
I
of
think
a fashionista? Is he like... Well, these are all the rage in England.
We have to touch on this topic of high-heeled boots. Was it fashionable? Were they, used in some way? Or is it so your robes didn't drag on the ground?
And they were purple robes, too.
Yeah.
Like royalty? Was that on purpose? Does he think pretty highly of himself? Do you think?
Oh, yeah, he does.
I kind of think so.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
wearing high-heeled boots and purple robes. Like, dude's like, yeah, I'm kind of top dog around
Albus
here.
Dumbledore does not lack for confidence.
Not rocking purple robes and high-heeled boots.
No.
He's got style.
He's got something.
He's got something.
Which they do touch on in the movies. He does say that Dumbledore, he's got style.
And he's, he laughs and he says, "Should have known," when he sees the cat. And then he pulls out a silver cigarette lighter, which is called the put outer, and he puts out all the lights on the street.
Can we bring up the fact that putting out the lights on a street would in no way really conceal you? If all the lights were out on my street and you were standing in the road, I would see you there.
Yeah, we have.
It's not difficult to be like, there's a person right there. It's hard for me to believe that they couldn't see them.
No, that's true.
Directly in front of the house. Unless it's super foggy. I don't know.
No, you're right.
That was just my impression.
Unless you're in the middle of a city, which it doesn't sound like Privet Drive, which, by the way, I thought was pronounced private for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, I was with you too. I think it wasn't because I use Audible, obviously, as you well know, and so I honestly did not know it was Privet Drive until I restarted the book like a month ago, tops. So this whole time I was like, yeah, Private Drive, obviously. That was an easy name for a road. And she was like, I got this handled. Wrong. It might still be the concept behind the name, but yeah, totally not Private Drive.
Nope.
It's fancier.
Right.
You watch the movies, so like you're probably like sitting over there like, I knew it was Perfect Drive all along.
We knew in the first movie.
I did.
Oh.
But I read it that way in the book too.
Did you read the book or watch the movie first?
Book first, then movie.
All right.
Well, kudos to you, because I definitely did not. I read it with an E. I pretended there was an E there.
Unlike my husband James, who did all movies first and is now reading book 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is a movie buff. He's got the movies on lock.
We haven't gotten to the movie part yet.
Right.
We're still before that, so
I know.
he's not. I feel bad. We're just dissecting it a lot. We'll move forward.
Sorry.
McGonagall fucking transforms.
Yeah, turns into a person.
Which brings me to a question that I have.
Oh, snap.
Dumbledore recognizes her.
As a kid.
Oh.
Can they see who they are in that form?
Sorry.
How do they know? How do you recognize one in a cat form or any other form aside from normal human witch wizard form?
Sorry.
How do they know?
Okay, here's...
Theory.
Well, number one, you have to be registered, and it... Spoiler alert, but I mean, come on, everybody knows. Animagi, they have markings that are, like, similar. Sirius and his buddies don't seem to, for some reason, that aren't really described. But Professor McGonagall, she has markings around her eyes, like her glasses, and so does Rita Skeeter. Which leads me to believe that some type of physical attribute of your human form is transferred over to you when you're in your animal form. So that, I mean, and you're registered. My thing is that McGonagall asked him, how did you know? And my question is, she works for him and transforms in her classes every year. Because she literally, like, that's her class
She
to do
teaches transfiguration.
Right. So, how would he not, like... Of course he recognizes that cat. He sees that cat at least once in a while, because it lives in his school for most of the year. So it's plot hole.
Yeah, found one. But they would have to know that something like your glasses would imprint on the animal that you've become.
Yeah. He has to have seen her before, and I don't think she changes what she looks like. That's my only point.
Well, let's get some input from you. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
And we have some great input from James there. He agrees.
Okay, then they talk about people celebrating. She asks about who being gone. He says, seems so. We don't know what that means.
Are we not saying Voldemort because they don't say Voldemort? Is that going to be a thing? Should we reference him as you
just said it like 4 times.
Well, he's gone, so I don't think he's coming after me for saying it.
So then, she said it. That's why I said it. Nate? Weigh in? James?
Wasn't there a hearse put on his name?
That does
Later.
happen, yes.
So there's not one all the time. That's
No.
why they don't say his name. I always thought it was.
It was just a fear.
It was a fear. They were fearful of the name. They gave the name power
Yeah.
by being afraid of it.
Yeah. I love the lemon drop part of this, where he's like, he's got all the lemon drops, and he offers her one.
And we touch base
They're all
on that
stuck.
more. He is a candy freak.
Yeah. I love the way she describes it, though, that she's like, he like, doesn't care about a lot of the conversation. He's just, like, unsticking his fucking candy. He's like, do you want one? No? I'm gonna keep messing.
Just eating my candy.
And,
Hanging out.
and I love how, like, zaniness of him during, like, he has this weird outfit and the clock and the lemon drops, and he just doesn't give a shit.
You would notice that guy.
Yeah.
Which then explains why
Dude
he
looks weird.
puts out all the lights. Obviously, he knows he's going to draw attention.
Right. And then they talk about her not saying Voldemort, and he's like, that's stupid. You should just say it.
Exactly.
He doesn't care.
And she's like, well, did he kill the Potters? That's what everyone's saying. Rumors. And Dumbledore's like, yeah. Lily and James, dead. Voldemort,
That's Harry's parents'
right.
names.
Right.
Lily and James.
Right. They are gone. They don't elaborate on a lot about them, just that they're dead. Voldemort, he's missing.
MIA.
And the baby is not dead.
So, Lily and James dead. Voldemort missing. Obviously, highly suspect then.
Right, we don't know anything about him except he's
Didn't
like...
say, but they're dead and he's gone.
Right.
And there's a baby now that needs...
Orphaned.
Right.
So
has
sad.
been orphaned.
Right.
And needs a place to go.
Right, and Hagrid's late. They mention that Hagrid is late.
Hagrid.
He doesn't strike me as an on-time kind of guy.
He's...
Reminds me of my dad a little bit.
I love Hagrid, though.
I
Hagrid
do.
is the gentlest giant, and I mean that in the purest form. Gentle giant. Hagrid is just a really cool guy. I like him.
And
When I was reading the book, I was iffy on even continuing reading any further, and then I read about Hagrid and his badass introduction. Like, he's spoken about, but the first time you actually see Hagrid, he is flying through the air on a motorcycle. And I was like, what? This book has flying motorcycles? Alright, I'm in.
Yeah, because you and James used to tease us relentlessly about Harry Potter.
Well, you didn't say flying motorcycle. You said wizards and shit. And that is big difference. Oh, flying motorcycles? Okay, yeah. I'm in for a book or two. Let's see where it goes. I was hooked.
I relate him as the fun uncle. The cool uncle that comes in and has something funny to say and very protective, yet just a cool guy.
Loose lips. Because he tells McGonagall that he's bringing the baby.
Can't keep a secret, that one.
No. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna be there at this very specific address. You can show up if you want to. Whatever. Tell whoever you want to. I'm gonna be bringing the child
Right.
there.
Dude's late, and he's got a super important thing with him. And so this lady who has been hiding all day as a cat, and a guy who wears purple and high heels, and shuts all the lights off on the street, have been waiting. And then he makes his grand entrance with a baby.
On a motorcycle, in his jacket.
Right. Okay, so he's in his jacket when he flies
Yeah.
in. I must have missed that.
First, before we get, because we're gonna describe how big he is, because the movie downplays it a lot. I'm just gonna say it. It's a little disappointing.
It's
First, I'm gonna say McGonagall is like, love her, but she's like, you really trust Hagrid with a task this big? And